Well, now I would like to present our next speaker. So Dr. Luis Vázquez Quiñones is an assistant professor of biology and molecular cell biology at Ana G. Méndez University. He is also the co-director of the Bioinformatics Resource Core program from PR-INBRE and leads the orientation portion of Puerto Rico's Community of Practice in Bioinformatics. Dr. Vázquez Quiñones was first exposed to bioinformatics when he was an undergraduate student through an introductory computer science course. During the course, he learned some programming skills, but it wasn't until he was re-exposed to bioinformatics through a graduate course that he became interested in data analysis. Later in his career, Dr. Vázquez Quiñones was able to integrate aspects of bioinformatics into academic courses and research so that his students could be exposed to bioinformatics similarly to how he was. Dr. Vázquez Quiñones is also involved in teaching outreach programs and encourages students to reach out to experts to help them learn. Apart from his teaching and research responsibilities, Dr. Vázquez Quiñones is also the co-director of the PR-INBRE Bioinformatics Resource Core and an active member of the Puerto Rico Community of Practice in Bioinformatics. The goal of this community practice in bioinformatics is to reconnect the Puerto Rico institutions together to create a community of active and open research with a focus on data science and bioinformatics. So with that, please join me in welcoming Dr. Luis Vázquez Quiñones.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, hello, everyone. Today, I am going to talk to you about the bioinformatics training opportunities that Puerto Rico INBRE is offering during this grant cycle 2021-2025. The title for my presentation is Puerto Rico INBRE Bioinformatics Training Opportunities to the Community of Practice Model. The general outline for my presentation is: where is Puerto Rico INBRE located on the world map? What is a community of practice? The stages for a community of practice, what we have been doing for the implementation of the community of practice with an update, bioinformatics community of practice training opportunities, and other training opportunities to the Puerto Rico INBRE network, benefits of the bioinformatics community of practice, acknowledgements, and answer questions. For those of you that do not know, Puerto Rico is located in the Caribbean, and Puerto Rico INBRE belongs to the Southeast region of the INBRE program. A community of practice is a knowledge-based social structure that enables groups of people who share a passion, in our case bioinformatics, for a domain to interact regularly and deepen their knowledge and expertise in that domain. A community of practice is comprised of three key elements: the domain, that is a common interest in a field or area of knowledge, consists of key problems experienced by members. In our case, the domain is bioinformatics, with the goal of increasing bioinformatics and computational skills among our members. The second element is the community. That should be our voluntary members that share the interest in the domain and actively participate in designing activities and dialogues for the fundamental goal of increasing knowledge and solving problems through interaction. So in our case, the community will be the scientists around Puerto Rico, researchers, teaching faculty, students, undergrads, and graduate students as well. The third element is the practice, that are a collection of methods, techniques, tools, information, stories, resources, etc., that members use together to advance the goals of the community of practice. In our case, our practice will be for research and education. In this slide, you can see that a community of practice has 5 stages. potential, coalescing, maturing, stewardship, and transformation. During the potential stage, faculty from predominantly undergraduate institutions, also known as PUIs in our case, have a high academic workload among other responsibilities that represents a barrier to keeping up with changes in the field of bioinformatics. In addition, these institutions also lack computational capabilities. In the coalescing stage, this model, the community of practice model, will bring together a community of scientists and trainees from around the island to facilitate collaboration at the research and educational level that will increase the number of scientists using bioinformatics and to prepare the next generation of scientists. The third stage is maturing, in which activities directed to increase bioinformatics and computational skills in non-bioinformatics scientists will be designed and developed in collaboration with PR-INBRE Bioinformatics Resource Core, also known as PIRC, to offer community workshops, intervention courses, or laboratories at request of the institutions. The fourth stage, stewardship, this community of practice level is reached when a satisfactory bioinformatics proficiency has been reached among the members. The fifth stage, that is transformation, this is the ultimate stage of the community of practice when the scientific community is integrated and willing to collaborate beyond the walls of each institution at the research and educational level. Currently, we are at stage number 2 and 3, coalescing, because we are bringing together every scientist around the island with interest in this initiative. And maturing, because we already started developing, we already developed the initial workshops is in Linux, and we are designing more workshops to be offered. It's the purpose of Puerto Rico INBRE to increase the interaction between researchers, teaching faculty, and students around the island. The community will play an essential role to foster these interactions to increase the bioinformatics skills among our members. So starting with the training opportunities, the Training and Education Support Subcore, led by me, designed the Linux workshop in which the members of the bioinformatics community of practice will have access to the computational resources offered by the Boca Raton cluster of the High Performance Computing Facility at the University of Puerto Rico. This, the High Performance Computing Facility is led by Dr. Humberto Ortiz Soazaga of the University of Puerto Rico, and he is supporting us and his team by providing the accounts for our members. The operating system of the Boca Raton is Linux, and the participants will be learning the most common commands to be ready for future bioinformatics workshop. In this figure, you can see that we have already identified a total of 30 institutions around the island. In the lower left corner of the slide, you can see the legend. And the colors of the stars reflects the progress that we already achieved with each institution. The number next to some of the stars indicates how many of the 3 Linux workshops have already been received. A total of 20 out of the 30 institutions have already accepted the invitation, have already identified a leader for the community of practice, the local community of practice, have already coordinated or are in the process of coordinating the initial meeting to talk about the initiative, or already received the orientation, started coordinating the workshop, or already received them. Currently, we are still paying efforts contacting the third of the institution that haven't responded yet. In this slide, you can see pictures of the trainings that have been going on around the island in a virtual or in-person fashion. I have been visiting the communities around the island, and this one is in the north part of the island, in the north part center. This other one is in the northeast part of the island. This one is in the north, and this one is in the south. We have been providing 3 Linux workshops with enough time of interaction with the participants to answer their specific questions, but as well to explore the community interests. So once when they have completed the 3 part of the workshops, follow-up meetings are scheduled to explore new workshops based on their interest, or coordinating additional Linux workshops for additional faculty and students. In this slide, you can see, in this picture, you can see a typical slide to explain a command in an easy step-by-step way, in which this increases the execution of the participants. And all participants receive these detailed presentations by a OneDrive link. So those presentations serve as reference for future and the near future additional workshops. Continuing with the training opportunities, the next one will be for next generation sequencing workshop. The Oxford Nanopore MinION will be used as a portable sequencing device to train our members in sample sequencing, data processing, and assembly. The objective is to include new laboratory experiences in biology curricula to impact our students around the island, but also to include these approaches for research. The Linux knowledge is important for this kind of workshop. The next training opportunity that we have been identified is relational databases. Database constitutes an ideal framework for representing and analyzing large data sets in biology. A structured query language is one of the most common tools used in the field of data science that you have heard a lot during this symposium. Relational databases allow users to formulate and answer questions about their data. Our participants will learn an efficient way to manipulate the large data sets. Currently, nowadays, having our skills are very important for biologists. So in that sense, we are going to be offering our workshop in which our members will have the opportunity to learn R, to analyze their data and generate plots. R is used widely in several disciplines. It's free, which allows scientists to analyze their data without expending in commercial programs. In addition, R has a lot of bioinformatics free tools that are available to analyze data for current biological and emerging biological assays. Another opportunity comes from the metagenomics subcore led by Dr. Filipa Godoy Vitorino to the Puerto Rico INBRE network. This subcore will train researchers of pilot projects that include a metagenomic component, such as microbiome studies. The subcore will assist in the implementation of projects, data production, data analysis, and manuscript publication. In addition, the subcore will be offering a metagenomics workshop to the members of the community of practice later on the semester or during the summer. Another good opportunity for our members will be comes from the professional certificate in data science led by Professor Carlos Ortiz, Dr. Abiel Roche Lima, Dr. Istoni Daluz Santana. This data science certificate is comprised of 4 courses: Introduction to Data Science, Main Applications in Data Science Application with Machine Learning, and Data Science Final Project. The role of the community of practice will be to promote this certificate among our members so they can benefit from this opportunity. In this slide, you can see a picture of the most recent participants that have already completed the certification. And currently, more than 168 participants have completed the certification from people around the island of Puerto Rico. I think that two or three persons from El Salvador and 2 from the main USA. Another opportunity that is available for our members comes from the computational biology subcore led by Professor Anatoly Chorny. He collaborates with Puerto Rico INBRE researchers, students, and doctoral associates on research projects relevant to bioinformatics research. Currently, he is developing a Java desktop application called Assistant of Metabolite Selection for gas chromatography mass spectrometry research. We will be inviting Professor Anatoly Chorny so he can provide training opportunities for the members of our community. So he will become an instructor, as well as Dr. R. Perichi Guerra that will be invited to become an instructor. He is leading the support in statistics, and he provides statistical services to predominantly undergraduate institution researchers during the production of scholarly work and to those preparing grant proposal. This subcourse works in collaboration with the computational biology subcourse to support our researchers. And in this slide, I am summarizing the benefits of belonging to the bioinformatics community of practice. Access to the high-performance computing facility located at the high-performance computing facility through the Boca Raton cluster. Our members will be able to request accounts, and those accounts can be used for research purposes, education, like in courses or laboratories, and for training purposes. Educational materials for courses and labs will be shared with faculty members that will incorporate these experiences as part of their courses or laboratories. Bioinformatics and computational training, scientists around the island and institutions around the island will benefit from a faculty-developed program in bioinformatics for their faculty. Bioinformatics seminars that are coordinated through Puerto Rico INBRE will be available to our members so they can attend to those as well. The directors of Puerto Rico INBRE course will give orientation talks to our members so they can know the services that they provide here at the island, so they can consider those services when they are writing research proposals, educational proposals, or both. The last one, research and educational networking. The scientists around the island will have a system in place in which they can collaborate ideas, efforts in order to increase bioinformatics, and with people they can collaborate for solving issues that other people are facing nowadays. I would like to acknowledge that this project is supported by award number P20GM 103475 from the NIGMS of the NIH. Thanks to all my colleagues at the PR-INBRE here in Puerto Rico, and thanks to the organizers of this symposium for inviting me to give this presentation.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vázquez Quiñones. That was a wonderful presentation. We have a few questions for you. The first one is, how did you get involved with bioinformatics and PR-INBRE?
Okay, my path in bioinformatics started as an undergrad when I was exposed to the programming course. Then I got involved as a graduate student in the first bioinformatics course taught at my institution. And then I reconnect with the people that taught me bioinformatics at the Pittsburgh Supercomputing Center and my past mentor in bioinformatics. And then one day I was at the Medical Sciences campus talking to Dr. Jose Rodriguez Medina, that is the PI. And we were in the hall and he was asking so many questions. And it was funny because I told him my vision to improve bioinformatics skills around the island. And I talked about the device, the Minayan device. And few weeks later, I was receiving the device. And then he invited me to form part of the team that was writing the renewal for Puerto Rico INBRE, and that was that. I started my path dealing with bioinformatics, and the NIH brought me the idea of the community of practice so we can benefit here in Puerto Rico around the island, increasing the bioinformatics skills.
Great, thank you. Another question, how many students do you aim to train in the next year?
Well, currently I have been teaching the bioinformatics course since I arrived here at Universidad Méndez. So I have been impacting more than 100 students. So I think that we will be impacting a lot of students because I creating a critical mass by attending first the professors that are teaching the courses around the island. So in the near future, I think that everyone will be receiving training in bioinformatics because my vision is that we no longer have any students, mainly from biology, that exit a program without these skills. So I have to say a lot of them.
That's great to hear. Okay, I don't think we have any more questions for you. Thank you again for presenting. That was a very wonderful talk.